Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Woody Bendle here from Next Level Growth Strategies. This week's tip for getting your business to its next level of profitable growth is really cool and really helpful. How cool and how helpful, you ask? It's so helpful that you can't help but say, now that's cool. All right, so stick around because you are not going to want to miss out on this week's helpful and cool tip. Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's jump right on in. I have a friend and former colleague who runs a business that I suspect a lot of you would think is pretty boring, or at least not very exciting. They manufacture pipes, fittings, joints, and connectors. You know, like for plumbing. And you're right. I mean, when I talk about it like that, right? But here's the thing. The stuff they make is totally cool. I know you're thinking, yeah, right. How cool could pipes, fittings, joints, and connectors be? Now, maybe if you're a plumber or a savvy weekend warrior with all sorts of cool tools, you might be thinking, okay, it's possible that there's something cool there. But what if I told you, put away those tools? You're not going to need any of them. No monkey wrenches, no solder, no torches, no glue for the PVC, no plumber's tape for threads. Well, you might need some shears or a saw, but that's it. Now, there might be a few more of you thinking, okay, that I guess sounds kind of interesting. Remember, we're still just talking about pipes, fittings, joints, and connectors. So here's the thing. What I just did is list a number of things that are traditional friction points or barriers for most people when it comes to dealing with plumbing. I mean, most of us don't have any of that stuff, right? However, what these guys have done is really helpful. They've invented things to make things that are normally a huge pain in the rear less so. You literally just need the right sizes and the right lengths, and all you do is just snap everything together. And just like that, you have a watertight seal. If you're a plumber, you're thinking, okay, so I'm going to need fewer tools. Sounds like this could save me time and maybe some money. Well, that's cool. And if you're not a plumber, you're hopefully starting to think that this might make working with a plumber a little faster and perhaps a little less expensive. And you might even be thinking that maybe I wouldn't even need to call a plumber. Pretty cool, right? Now let me assure you that I am not a plumber, but I do have a healthy appetite for innovation and innovative things. And when I see a post from my friend's company on LinkedIn or Twitter, I always think to myself, that's pretty cool. But the thing is, there are all sorts of things out there that are really complicated, really time-consuming, and really expensive. Those are all points of friction or barriers. And if you manage to reduce or eliminate any of those friction points or barriers, you've done something that is useful, helpful, and in my opinion, really cool. Just think about some of the apps on your smartphone. Oh, and by the way, how many friction points or barriers did these things reduce or remove? But back to some of these apps. Think about the ones you use the most. And I'm not thinking TikTok here, but Google, or maybe the flashlight, or Maps, or Venmo. These things all reduce friction or barriers and make various aspects of your life easier. They are helpful, and that makes them cool. But you don't necessarily need to invent something that reduces or eliminates friction or barriers to be cool. And that leads me to this week's tip. If you run a business or work for a business, you make money because you are doing something that people value. In some capacity, you are doing something that is helpful. I don't care what it is that you do, you are doing something that is helpful. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in business or you wouldn't have a job. But here's the thing. What if you were more helpful to more people? Or what if more people knew how helpful you are or how helpful your business or brand is? What if you made it completely clear how totally helpful you are and how much easier or better you could make your customers' lives? Do yourself and your business a favor. Take a good look at your website and your sales and marketing materials. Do you frame what it is that you do from the perspective of your customers and your prospects? Do you make it crystal clear how helpful you are and how much better you'll make people's lives once they buy your product or services? Trust me, if they see that you're helpful, they're going to think that's pretty cool, and there's a pretty good chance they're going to want to do business with you. So there you have it. That's this week's tip for getting your business to its next level of profitable growth by creating clarity, alignment, and consistency. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.